Hi, kings and queens. I hope you guys are super duper. It's me, Super Duper Senpai, and this is Anime Fight Analysis. So, in this video, we are going to be analyzing one of the most hyped anime fights of all time from Naruto Shippuden. As you all know, Naruto has a lot of great fights, but to me personally, this particular fight is one of the best. Yes, I'm talking about Minato vs Tobi. Tobi, who claimed he was Madara, but in fact he was Obito. So I'll call him Obito in this video. So right off the bat, this fight does not have the usual anime fight tropes. It doesn't have so many action sequences. The protagonist getting beaten down and he uses his never back down willpower and defeats his enemies. None of that. In fact, the fight is very short. Very short. That's what makes this fight much more interesting. Alright, let's get into the fight breakdown. So, Minato begins his assault on Tobi, who produces chains from his wrists, but Minato is unable to land a successful hit due to Tobi's intangibility. Noting that Tobi would have to manifest physically in order to strike back, Minato throws one of his flying thunder god kunai at Tobi's head while rushing towards him at the same time. Right as the kunai goes through the Tobi's head, he materializes in order to grab a hold of Minato. However, Minato farms his Rasengan and teleports to the kunai's location behind Tobi and manages to land a successful hit. And he marks him as well. Tobi is wounded from the attack as his left arm begins to peel and fall off. It was quite disgusting. But having branded Tobi, Minato is able to teleport to him right away and he places a contract seal on him, releasing the 9 tails from his control, and that's how the fight ends. Quite an interesting fight, I would say. While you could argue that Obito won here to a certain degree since he successfully extracted the 9 tails and it wreaked havoc on Konoha, I'm still surprised at how Obito was not better prepared to beat Minato. Let's not forget that Obito was his student at one point. He knows and has seen what Minato's trademark move is and should have had a way better advantage over Minato. Did he underestimate his sensei? Or did Minato grow even stronger over time? That's up for speculation. But Obito was definitely going to lose. Minato was way too fast to be touched and Obito was originally planning to Kamui Minato, but he didn't know his flying Raijin technique has a limitless range and was space-time warping. Even if Obito did hit Kamui on him, he would still have been perfectly teleporting back to his marked kunai through the Kamui dimension. There are some people who still believe that Obito wasn't on par with Minato. I respectfully disagree. Minato himself states whoever is a second faster than the other wins this match. In fact, Minato was going all out on this fight. I mean, why wouldn't he? Tobi was attacking his home. He ripped the 9 tails out of his wife and he even tried to kill his newborn child. There is no doubt that Obito was a child gifted with one of the strongest Sharingan ability, and he was trained by none other than Madara Uchiha, the strongest shinobi Uchiha ever. Minato was smart. He was completely anti-Obito. He couldn't be touched. He could teleport out of the Kamui dimension. He can mark people for eternity and insta-kill him. He was a plot armor at its finest, Nobody could beat him. He didn't have any weakness, I think. But Obito had a weakness of being in the Kamui dimension and being in the shinobi world. Minato just exploits that. Minato had an endless range in which he can teleport, and it's basically space-time warping. Though Obito was only 14 at that time, he never really had a chance of beating him. Maybe even as an adult he wouldn't have beat him. Maybe Jubito mode would have fared better. Honestly, Obito even had a better chance of beating Madara and Hashirama, but not Minato. But this man, Minato, had zero clue about his extremely powerful enemy, mentored by easily one of the strongest shinobi to ever live with a Mangekyo, and he just basically roasted him with one shot with a very basic understanding of what he could do. That's the beauty of this fight. This fight was epic and sad at the same time. It was epic because the way Minato used his Rasengan, it was dope. But it was sad because we all know that he's going to die. And also he didn't even spend too much time with his newborn Naruto. So all in all, this fight was super duper. When I read it in the manga for the first time, I was like, what the hell did just happen right now? Is the fight over? That's all? It was that damn good. Damn, Minato just bossed Obito. And yes, that masked villain will help that newborn child one day to save the world. And in fact, he will give his life to save that kid. That too without a mask. And also, that nine-tailed monster who killed the fourth Hokage, Minato Namikaze, is technically the hero of the story. That makes this fight much more meaningful. And that's the end of the video. I hope you liked it. A like and subscribe would be super duper. So until next time, this is Super Duper Senpai signing off. And remember, kings and queens, don't be just super, be super duper.